Hello and welcome. This video is all about the Himiway D5 2.0 fat tire full suspension e-bike. And I'm not kidding when I say full suspension. It's very bouncy. It's equipped with a torque and cadence sensor. You have the option to choose which one. It can go up to 28 miles per hour. It's got a 750 watt geared hub motor. But I think the main feature of this e-bike is that it has auto mode. So unlike most e-bikes that use pedal assist 1 to 5, this one has Eco Plus, Eco, Tour, Sport, Turbo, and Auto mode. This bike also has blinkers. I like how they have them on the sides instead of the tail light, and I also like how it displays that a blinker is blinking on the screen. The only thing it needs now is a little clicky sound like a car has. Next up, I'm going to test ride this bike. I will go over all the different modes, take it on a hill, dive deep into that menu system, which is probably one of the best ones I've ever seen. It's so nicely laid out. And if you're here specifically for the assembly portion of the video, and by the way, there isn't much, that's somewhere in the middle of this video. I'm really curious to see how auto mode is going to work on my hill. At its steepest point, it's about 26 degrees, so let's get to it. There's my hill. I got it on auto mode, which is my favorite. Love auto mode. But one thing it doesn't do is adjust the gears for you. So I lowered it. It's no longer on gear 8. Oh yeah, and I have this on cadence. Torque is better for hills, so I'm gonna switch it back. So here we go, a little bit of a running start. Let's see how it does on my hill. Whoops. I completely had auto off, like everything off, motor off. That's not gonna work for me. Let's try this again. A little bit of a running start. And let's see how it does. Straight up this time. Oh my god, that was so easy. I literally tackled that hill like the hill wasn't even there, and I took it straight up. I see suspension on the frame kind of in the center or towards the back oftentimes with these bikes, but when I when I jump around on the seat, it oftentimes doesn't really do anything. Like you can't see a difference and you can't feel much of a difference, but check this out. Yeah, you can definitely see movement as I bounce around. Just don't look at the movement of my flappy skin. As I get older, it's getting a little more jiggly in some spots. With all that suspension, including suspension in the front, I think this is a really great bike for taking off-road. When they say full suspension on this one, they definitely meant it. So I got it on auto, torque sensor, hardest gear to pedal in, gear 8. I want to see how fast I can get it to go and like how it responds in auto mode. Wow, I'm impressed. That is super responsive. The harder I pedal, the faster the bike goes. And I got it to about 28.3 miles an hour. I really hope you guys can see the screen. These color screens, they're not as bright as the black and white ones. I can see it just fine, but I don't know how well it's turning out on camera. I have it on eco mode. Next I'm gonna try all the different modes and kind of compare it to auto and see how it goes. On eco, I found it harder to pedal, so you got to put in more effort. And then the fastest I got it to go was 18.8 miles per hour. Did I say eco? That was eco plus. Next is eco mode. This mode capped at about 21.6 miles an hour. It was a little bit easier to pedal, so I was getting more assistance from the motor versus eco plus mode. Next up is tour mode. This time I'm getting even more assistance from the motor, which made it even easier to pedal. And my max speed was about 25.7 miles per hour. Sport mode. Looks like in sport mode, you do get to the maximum speed. I actually got it to 28.5 miles per hour, which was a little bit faster than auto mode. And finally, turbo mode. Turbo exceeds the maximum speed that they say this bike goes. I got it past 29 miles per hour, but with the torque sensor, it's definitely effort to get up to that speed really fast and then to maintain that speed. So let's switch this to cadence. If you want to see how to get into the menu settings to mess around with those, I'll have a timestamp somewhere up here, so you can just fast forward to that part of the video. I'm not gonna go through all the different modes with a cadence sensor. I'm just gonna put it on auto and see how the bike feels and how fast I can get it to go. Yeah, that's easier to pedal with the cadence sensor. A lot easier to maintain your speed with little effort. And then max speed, I got it to just past 25 miles per hour. I'm gonna go in full electric mode. The throttle's right here. It's supposed to cap at 20 miles an hour. Let's see how fast it goes. About that, a little bit over 20, about 20.5. That was on auto mode. Let's try turbo and see if there's a difference. Nope, no matter what, it caps full electric mode around 20 miles per hour. The max range that you can get on a single charge is up to 70 miles, so that will be on like Eco Plus with you pedaling. But it is also determined by road conditions, off-roading, hills, sand, things like that, and even wind can reduce the range. Oh, and also the weight on the bike. It can hold a maximum of 440 pounds, but if you have that much weight on it, you're not gonna get 70 miles. If you're using it on full electric mode, the range is up to 40 miles. And again, that is affected by all those things that I just mentioned. According to the company, the recommended rider height is between 4 foot 11 inches and 6 foot 3. I'm 5 foot 8 inches, and on the seat post, there's only about 2 more levels left to bump up that seat higher. So technically on a bike, when you're pedaling, your leg should be fully straight at one point, and I'm almost there, but I think I need to bring it up one more notch in order to accomplish that. So really the only con with this bike is I don't think it's for super tall riders. If you're 6 foot 3 inches, it might feel too small. The motor, which is in the center of the rear wheel, is 750 watts. It is a gear hub motor with 90 Newton meters of torque. And this is powered by a 48 volt, 15 ampere hour battery. A lot of times e-bikes are 7-speed. This one uses a Shimano 8-speed gear shift system. What's really nice with most e-bikes is you really don't need to mess around with the gears, especially if you have it set on cadence sensor. So this will definitely be more useful if you have it set on torque sensor and when tackling tricky trails and steep hills. The brakes are Step-Thru hydraulic disc brakes. Hydraulic disc brakes use fluid to stop mineral oil instead of a cable. They are a lot more responsive, but they can be a little bit more maintenance. Walk assist. I'm about to show you what that looks like. You have to hold down the minus button. There's also a little foot next to it. So you just hold that down, and then the bike slowly moves forward. And that speed that it moves can be adjusted in the settings. So once again, go to this timestamp right here if you want to see how to get into the menu and all the different settings in there. I thought it would be a really fantastic idea to go into the hottest spot on my trail and end the video right there. If you're interested in the Himiway D5 2.0, see my link in the video's description. Perfect. Oh yeah, it's toodaloo time. See you in the next one. Bye. If you're here for the unboxing, assembly, and to check out all the menu settings, that's next. They have a bunch of stuff hidden inside of this giant piece of foam. This looks like it's gonna be an easy peasy assembly. I'm gonna start by putting on the handlebars. So I gotta remove these 4 screws and then the little piece that they're holding down. Now I can take the handlebars, put them there, and yeah, the light for now is gonna be facing the wrong way. I will fix that. I'm gonna put them right here, put this piece back, and screw those 4 screws back in. Now I can go ahead and rotate that headlight to the front. Interesting how they have that on the handlebars. I'm not gonna complain because it makes assembly easier. And I should probably go ahead and tighten that down as well. For the front wheel, I'm gonna need this quick release. And this is probably the best version of this that I've seen. A lot of times it's plastic. This is everything is metal on this. Okay, I'm gonna put the front wheel on. Let me make sure it's facing the correct way. Yup, the brakes, the caliper is right over on this side. And there's a little plastic doodad between the brake pads. Once this is out, do not hit the brakes because it will lock them up and good luck trying to get them apart. Now, this is easier if you turn the bike upside down or if you have an assistant, but I'm gonna do it my way. I straddle the wheel and then I lift the bike over it. Next, I'm going to skewer the wheel. On the other side, I'm gonna put back the spring with the little side going in first. And then I'm gonna screw this down. Normally you just kind of fiddle with it with your hands, but we gotta come back over to this side where I need to tighten this with a tool. So I guess it's not that quick of a release, semi-quick release. I don't know what it's called. If you know what this one's called, please let me know in the comments. The pedals. And these are metal pedals. It shows you right here what direction to spin this in. So the right one will go on there clockwise. I'm gonna use a wrench to tighten it down. The left pedal will spin in there counterclockwise. Usually instructions tell you that the fender goes on before the wheel, but in this case, they want the fender on after the wheel, and that is the way I prefer to do it. So it goes right here. I have to remove 3 screws and stick them through everything. I'm just gonna fast forward through this part because it's pretty self-explanatory. I think I'm gonna hike this up as high as I can go, screw everything down. Inside of the box and in the foam, there was all of this stuff, along with a couple wrenches, which I'm not even gonna grab those. You've seen wrenches before. There's these stickers. Some states may require you to stick one of these on. There's another tool, a bell, extra parts, guide and manual. Really don't need it for assembly. It was that easy. And then in here is the charger. So before I take this for a ride, I'm going to fully charge this battery. The battery is in here. You do need the key to remove the batteries. I'm gonna stick it in there, turn it, and it'll just plop out like so. This guy is 48 volts, 15 ampere hour. And it just snaps right back in. And that's it. Next, I'm gonna go over the functions. So to turn it on, you just hold down the power button until the screen lights up. Most bikes have like a pedal assist, 0 to 5, 0 just being a regular bike. This has off, so it's just a regular bike on off, and then all the different modes that I showed you, along with, for those you just use the plus and minus buttons, and then the additional mode is auto mode, and for that you just click on the power button. Eco Plus, this is ultra energy saving, and it's ideal for like commuting and exercising. So you're gonna have to put a little bit more effort into Eco Plus mode. Click the plus again. Eco mode is energy saving. So this is good for paved roads, like flat paved roads. Next one is Tour. This is for longer rides, kind of mixed roads. And by mixed roads, I mean like not perfectly flat and paved, just kind of little hills and inclines and stuff like that. Next one is Sport. So they say this one's good for gravel and mountain roads, but if you're doing some really extreme stuff, go to the next one, which is Turbo. This is maximum assistance from the motor. So next, I'm gonna go into the menu. I'm gonna hold down the M button. Here it asks me for a password, which is in the manual. So once I got that in, it says to enter the function button briefly. There we go. I don't think you're gonna see anything here unless I lower my settings. Let's see what's in general settings. So I'm gonna click on the M button so I can clear my trips. I'm gonna click on the M button again. And if you click on it again, it'll trip clears now or trip clears mode. If you wanna go back and not even mess with that, it's just a click of the power button Next one down is default assist levels. Let's check this out. The manual really doesn't go into details at all on what this is. So I'm assuming maybe it's when you turn on the bike, it'll just default to whatever you set it to. I guess we could test that out. So let's put it on turbo. Ah, yep, that's exactly what it is. Screen brightness, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? So there's 5 different levels for that. Unit settings, so this is where you can change it between kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Auto power off time, so this is how much time before the bike shuts down, and it is in minutes. You can set it between 1 and 12 minutes, and I'm actually gonna do that. Or never. Oh, there's also never. No, let's go with 12 minutes. Voltage display. Enable, disable. Interface color. Ooh, I can play with the color. Oh, really? Not really. Oh, pink, look at that. That's it for general settings. I'm going to back out. And it's nice how it tells you what to do here on the bottom. Let's go to assist speed setting. First one up is e-bike class. I want to go into that. You can change it from class 1, 2, and 3. So each one will cap the max speed at, I think class 2 is 20 and class 3 is 28. My state does allow 28, so let's go to 28. And they're really trying to legally protect themselves with this because local laws vary by region. So max assist speed will be 28 miles an hour. That's with you pedaling. The speed will cap at 28. And if you're using in full electric mode, the speed will cap at 20 miles per hour. Next one down, max assist speed. So here again, the max speed is 28 miles per hour, but you can set it between 4 and 28. This e-bike also has walk assist mode. And this is the first time I've ever seen where you can adjust the speed for walk assist mode. And finally, in assist speed setting, we have throttle setting. I guess you can completely disable the throttle, but I'm just gonna leave this the way it is on default settings and not even mess with it. Okay, let's go back. Next one down, there's a lot here. Assist mode setting. Assist torque sensor setting, let's go into that. Oh boy, I guess you can adjust the Newton meters of torque for each one of these modes. Let's check it out. So this one you can set between 18 to 27 and it goes in increments 18, 22, and 27. Next one down, assist ratio setting. The manual does not really explain what this is, but set the ratio of motor output torque to rider pedaling torque for each level. So each one of these you can set to different ranges. And this is technically in percentages, so 0.8, it's 80% to 150%. The manual doesn't even mention the next one. Let's go into it anyways. Power start, powering, power end. I have no idea what this means, so I'm just gonna go back. Torque cadence switch. Now that one's actually important because here you can switch between a torque sensor, which is default, and a cadence sensor. And this bike also has cruise control. Actually, a lot of them do, but I never show it for some reason. So you can enable it or disable it. Okay, let's go back and go to the next one, safety settings. Taillight mode, that's all we got. Okay, cool. Next one down, system info, factory reset, and upgrades. Okay, I don't think I want to bore you guys anymore with this. You can also contact them through here. So we'll show you the website, official community, and after sales service. Whew, that's actually a lot, but you really don't have to mess with any of this unless you want to. The only thing you gotta remember is how to turn it on and off. The blinkers, it's got blinkers, they're right here. Oh, and one more thing, the light. Hold down the plus button. I kind of don't like how it doesn't have its own separate light button. Got all this other fancy stuff, but no separate light button. And then to turn that off, you hold down the plus button. Again, if you click on the M button and don't hold it down, it'll show you various information on the screen at the bottom over there, including calories burned. That's cool. Oh yeah, and for full electric mode, I'm not gonna push it down right now because I have this on auto. The throttle's right here. Applause to those who survived through the end of this video. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in the Himiway D5 2.0, I'll have a link down below in the video's description. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye!